Hi friends. Aokigakhara, Japan. What will you say about a forest of witches, ghosts and suicides? Yes, you read it correctly, it does exist in Japan, on Honshu Island, a thick forest spread over its mystery. Compasses refuse to work, but there's nothing sinister about this amazing thing. It's due to the accumulation of iron ores underground. The forest deafens in its silence, envelopes in the emotion of fear as in the shackles. Back in the Middle Ages, witches were dealt with in it, and in hungry times all those who could not find food were staying there for a slow death. In daylight it's an excellent place to walk, but when night comes, don't step up there unless you want to meet the hundreds of suicides found there. It says that the place attracts people who've lost meaning of life, become a place of despair and sorrow. If you have something to lose, don't walk in the dark. Reystrek-Playa, USA. An unusual lake with no hint of life is in a national park called Death Valley in the United States. It has no single living soul, no plants, no animals. Rainy season bypasses this plot. But what happens if a drop of water falls to the ground? It will immediately evaporate. Literally in a fraction of a second under a hot sun that spares no one. The clay, which is cured to the bottom, dries and forms unusual patterns in the forms of hexagons on the surface. But the most amazing awaits us ahead. These are huge stones, weighing about 30 kilograms, which move on their own. Very slowly they leave a track in their way, but nobody helps them in that. Movements are any. What pushes stones? So far, scientists are engaged in disputes on this topic. Not one guess has received scientific justification. Maybe wind and suddenly a unique magnetic field. Visit this place and maybe you'll find this mystery. Valley of Jugs, Laos. It is not an ordinary valley with flowers. It's sleeved with stone pots of huge size. When first looking at them, surprise will be secured. It's located at the foot of Annam Ridge between Vietnam and Laos. It's impossible to believe, but the size of pots reaches 3 meters and a weight of 6,000 kilograms. But in a big shock you'll get their age, about 2,000. According to scientists, pictures could be used by a resident in this territory, formerly by the people, but unknown until now. Just as much interest is the form of use. What could such huge vessels be needed for? Most likely they were used for the burial of the dead, or for water, but another legend says there were giants living in the valley, and the pictures they kept food or wine, thus they could serve as dishes for big people. And what assumptions do you have, looking at the image of such huge stone pots? Kitovaya Avenue, Russia. Have you ever seen live whales and their bones? A unique place to look at both exists in Whale Alley. In size, it will immediately surprise its visitors because it is as many as 500 meters, consisting of 2 rows of unrealistic sized bones of Greenland whales which were dug into the ground. Most likely this place was created by Eskimos because there were found pits for storage of food stocks. Approximate time of creation of the 14th century. But do not think that this place is famous only for burial. In it you can see real living whales who swim ashore to eat. They're not much afraid of man, so when approaching on a boat will not swim from you. But where are there so many whale burials? This riddle is still not decided. One of the versions are whales are necessary for funeral services, but whether so to solve it you therefore need to run to pack your backpacks. In travel it needs to be seen with your own eyes. Rishat, Mauritania. It is an unusual place called still the Eye of the Earth. Its size is 50 kilometers, and yes, it is not a joke. Why eye? The ground clearly traces circles that resemble the human eye from the air. This unique place serves as a reference for the astronaut. It's perfectly viewed from the plane, because on foot it's quite difficult to bypass it, and few people managed. There is endless debate about the origin of this place. Scientists suggest that in the past a meteorite fell on this place, and aliens landed onto the ground. Others think it's a fervour of a dormant volcano and at any moment it will wake up. Would you like to go to a place like this? And most importantly, it's the miracle in the Sahara Desert, so before you travel, stock up on water. Nazca Lines, Peru. One of the most mysterious places on Earth. It's the Naski Plateau. It's literally drawn by lines called geoglyphs. But do not hurry to buy tickets to look at these on your own. From the ground they'll not be seen. You will need a plane. The mystery of their origin is still not solved. Most likely they were made for ritual representations. Naski, with their help, communicated with their gods. Or maybe they were astronomers and depicted the position of the stars on Earth. No exact answer exists. The location is not chaotic. The proportions, the size, everything makes sense. They are precisely reconciled. The most difficult thing is they're created at different times, and are not all similar to each other, as well as the purpose of creation. It's also likely to be different. You can see the pattern of colibri, monkey, spider, flowers, lizards, geometric figures, in total about 30 names. Around this place, there are many mystical theories, and which of them, the faithful decide yourself by visiting this amazing place. Katatumbo, Venezuela River. Is it often necessary to observe such a phenomenon of nature as lightning? Once a year, maybe two, and all. But there is a place where 160 nights a year the sky is showered with thousands of lightning. This occurs at a place where Katatumbo River flows into Lake Maracaibo. A year more than 1 million discharge, because the theory that lightning does not hit one place more than twice doesn't work. The sky is aroused by this phenomenon and acquires a unique colour, which fascinates the view of long hours. The legends that walk around this place are varied. One accepted is the life-saving action of lightning. When Maracaibo in 1595 wanted to seize pirates, the detachments that covered the land saved its inhabitants from such fate. The pirates were scared, decided the sky car was falling on them, and ran away, never fulfilling their mission. For a simple traveller, this place is equipped with special houses in which lightning is not scary, so boldly, it is possible to come and watch the ramps of lightning. Trolls language, Norway. The Trolltunga language is a rock in Norway. It rises above Lake Ringelsvatn. Its name comes from a form because it really resembles a language. Climbing to the place very difficult because there's rock over 10,000 meters above the sea. There have been accidents, so it's worth being very careful and unprepared, not trying to pass all 28 kilometers on the way to an amazing place, then believe it is worth it. A troll tongue formed the glacier about 10,000 years ago, but until recently, nothing was known about this place until one of the nature magazines published an image of the rock. Now tourists attack this place. Now the question is, why the trolls? There is a legend by which trolls used to live in this area, but one day one of them decided to check whether the rays of the sun are really dangerous to life. Stupid girl put his tongue out of the cave and became stoned forever. Now his cave attracts views, because it's really very beautiful. Maybe someday his descendants will come here and revive the valley with their screams, but in the meantime this place can still be visited by an ordinary person. Brocken, Germany. There is one place on the planet where people go with great disgrace, and if you spend the night there you become the boldest person. This place is the highest point of Mount Gars. According to legend, in Valpurgi night, witches arrange a shabash on it and carry out their rites. The place is really imbued with mysticism, the creeps running through the skin. Even the weather here is very extreme. Summer lasts very little and winter covers more than half a year. Fog reigns in this place 360 days of the year. Also, snow lies at least 100 days a year. But the most interesting thing is not this. Sometimes it's possible to observe an optical effect. Around a person suddenly begins to shine a rainbow halo. This effect is called the Brockridge Ghost, the name intimidating. Now there are a lot of hotels in this place which will be able to spend a couple of nights, but not everyone will decide on it. Brocken smells like ghosts, whether one night of a lifetime should only be up to you. By the way, Gothe visited this place twice and everything with him was good. Maybe you'll be lucky. Torah, USA. Torah, America. Another amazing natural phenomenon located in Oregon in the United States and called the Torah well. Many researchers call it the gate to the underworld. Still, nobody knows what's down there and the bottom of this phenomenon. The state in which it's located is called a sunny place, as sunsets in it are simply amazing. And now you can imagine which view will open in this place under the condition of solar sunset. Same, it is surprising. The whole area is nearby, covered with thick forest, lakes, and shrouded in magnificent mountain tops. The natural funnel reaches a size of 5 meters in diameter and is named after the god Thor. During the strait there, it's truly beautiful view. The water quickly fills the well and then sharply shoots up the 6-meter fountain, forming a vortex of splashes. There is a feeling that there's a sea monster living on the bottom, who performs such a performance. But whether it is, not yet anyone has not found out. The dive is insanely dangerous and brave, has not yet been found. Maybe it'll be you. Like if this video was useful to you. Be sure to leave your opinion in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to skip to the next video. Bye.